Hello there. Oh, I forgot to put this light on. There we go. It is Thursday. No, it's Tuesday, November 4th. Just move this because my drink is on here. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, or an evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Cheers. I'm T. Waldron. This is my cat, Pumpkin. I'm drinking tea. It's a nice tea that my kids gave me. It's delicious. I try to drink tea with no sugar in it, but sometimes I need the sweetener. Hey Kevin, good morning. So I hope you're having a great day. Still getting used to the time change. The cats are like, what is going on? When can we eat? I had to give them snacks yesterday because right at their dinner time and their breakfast time, they're like, what are you doing? So we'll wean you off the snacks. So it's quite a thing. Yeah, so I hope you're having a good one. Let's do some deep breathing. And then I watched an episode of, I don't know, something on Gaia, but it was an interview with RJ Spina. And he's an interesting character. He had a lot of illnesses, and they did some sort of surgery where he was paralyzed from his thoracic down. And they said he would never walk again. And he healed himself. So I think that's pretty, well, and God and everybody, but like through his mind power. So I thought that was really incredible. His story is very cool. He wrote a book, obviously, and he was promoting his book. But let's close our eyes. We'll do a little deep breathing, and then I'll tell you some things that I heard from this interview that I thought are pretty inspirational. So close your eyes if you're not driving. Inhale through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. And inhale. And exhale. We're slowing our breath down. Going within, not thinking about anything we have to do later, anything we've done in the past, just this moment. And that's one of his messages, is to stay present. Actually, we can try something he suggested. He suggested that we try to imagine that we just arrived here and that we don't have a past and we don't have a future. We just came here to travel as if to a foreign land. What comes to mind that brings you joy? What do you think you want to do? You don't have any responsibilities, any history. And inhale. And exhale. Good. And then after you think about what you want to do, what starts popping in your mind? And we'll talk about that after. Don't type it. Just keep your eyes closed for a few more minutes together. Inhale. And exhale. That dream you have, that thing that you think would be fun, what is it? And then what do you think right after? And exhale. Good. Keep breathing slowly and deeply. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. Yeah, so his point was, we'll think of something that makes us happy that we want to do, and then immediately our analytical mind will come in and say, yeah, but you can't. Yeah, but you won't make any money. Yeah, but how are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Who are you going to do it with? You don't have the talent, so, and it's there to protect us, but it's also a program. We don't even realize that our mind is saying all this stuff to us when we have a creative idea or when we have something we want to do. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so I thought that was an interesting idea from RJ Spina, and as I said, he was. If you're just tuning in, hi, I'm T. Waldron. This is my cat Pumpkin, and thank you, Imran Hossain, for your great moderating. I appreciate it. Thanks for the hearts. But he was paralyzed. He had a lot of different illnesses. He was paralyzed. They did surgery and they said, you're never going to walk again. And he was in the hospital, and he went into meditation in himself. I don't know where he was, if he was aware of meditation or if he just sort of was thinking the whole time. But anyway, his neurosurgeon stopped visiting him after about a week or so because he's like, well, you're not making any progress. So, they'll take care of you, but you're not going to be walking. But then on day 17, he moved his leg. And that was not supposed to happen. And then he moved his other leg. And he said it wasn't, a gradual thing where, oh, you moved one leg, then the other, then the other. He said it was more of a quantum thing where he moved one leg and then nothing happened. And then he moved both legs. Like it was not very linear. So that leads him to believe that he tapped into into God. God helped him heal. So I thought that was really cool. Here's some other stuff he said from the interview that I thought would be very cool. Yourself is whole and complete. So he had to go within himself. He had nothing else. The medical system was like, nope, you're not walking. I mean, I don't know if he was practicing any specific religion at the time, but that wasn't, doing it for him. But he went within himself and started contemplating his life. And another thing he said, one day he visualized knowledge, which we're all after knowledge, right? We want to learn, we want to be smart, that's kind of, I chased knowledge for a long time. And then he also visualized ignorance, and they were 2 points on the same line. They were equal. And when he allowed them to fall away and not be worried about how smart he was or what he didn't know, it allowed him to be more in touch with his soul, which was complete, which knew all he needed to know, which had the divine connection. Yeah, hi Min, welcome. So I thought that was pretty cool, how we do search for knowledge, and we do try to, I was always chasing, like, how can I be smart? How can I be productive? And another thing he said, and this might be a misquote, but this was the idea that I picked up from it. And I talked about it yesterday. I was always watching productivity videos. How can I be more productive? And he said, really, the only people that define their worth by productivity are slaves. And I'm like, oh my God, that's true. I was a slave to the system. And it was pretty cool how he brought that up, and I talked about it, I think yesterday or the day before. Yeah, this is Pumpkin. She is 17. Good morning, Art. Good to see ya. Hi, Tommy. Oh, you have a cat like this? Yeah, she's a British short hair. I adopted her like 4 years ago, but she'll be 17 in less than a week. Yes, I know, that's shocking, right, Pumpkin? So, but I thought that was so cool that this guy, and he ended up walking. He totally ended up healing himself. Like they said he'd never walk again, and he's walking now. And I'll leave you with this because this is pretty good. Our beliefs are how we operate. So we don't even know the things, like when you thought of what you wanted to do, right? If you just did the meditation with me, you might have thought, oh, I want to, go be an artist or something, right? Immediately right after, your analytical mind probably came in and said, yeah, but you can't. Yeah, you're not going to earn money. How would you do it? You're not that talented. All the things that our analytical mind comes in, and it does its job to protect us. But if that's all we have, we have to get in touch with our soul. We have to get in touch with that creative spirit and create something and make the world a better place. And I don't know what that looks like for you. I know for me, it's this channel. It's doing some other things that I'm doing locally, going out and doing speaking engagements. In fact, today I'm starting a Tai Chi class at another local senior center. I do one at one local senior center, and then some of the people said, hey, we want you to come to this other one. So that was kind of cool, getting a referral that they liked it and they want me to go another place. So I'm doing that, and it feels good. I like helping people stay active and stay healthy, and we end with a meditation, and only one person out of like 22 leaves. so it's cool that, I'm sure these folks are, 70, 80, 90 years old. I'm sure meditation wasn't a big deal when they were younger, but they're open to it, and I love that. And they said they enjoy the class and they're getting something out of it. So that gives me joy, when I'm out there helping people. And so what is your joy? How can you help someone? And it could be just helping yourself, because that took me a long time. Are you kind to yourself? Hi, Edward. Oh yeah, I was talking about Spina. I forget his first name. I don't know his first name. Anyway, his last name is Spina, S-P-I-N-A, and he had surgery on his spine, and they said he'd never walk again because he had a lot of illnesses. and then he ended up using his mind power to heal himself. And he's pretty popular. If you Google, I think it's RJ Spina, I think is his first two initials. But it's so cool. He had a lot of really good concepts here. So anyway, he was talking about how our beliefs, and we're given these by society, by our parents, by religions, by organizations, by our job, maybe by our friends. You know, we don't even realize sometimes that we take on these beliefs. And what he said, in order to get in touch with yourself, you have to strip away, let those all go. And he even used the example, and I love this. He spent like some time, maybe a week or a day, asking himself, why do I do this? And he asked himself why he did everything. Why am I combing my hair right now? And he said, oh, well, because it's a mess. And then he said, but really, why am I combing my hair? And then he's like, well, because I think I need to look a certain way to be accepted in society. There it is. So that's a belief. So, you know, I'm doing this to be accepted in society. And you know, we have to then, once we identify the belief, we have to decide if that resonates with us. And another person I'm listening to says, if your belief is heavy to carry, then it's not really your belief. Our own beliefs, things that are for us, things that help us, are light to carry, and they're true, and we feel like they're true, and it makes life light and easy and fun. And that's my goal too, is to have fun in life, and to do well and do kind things, and to have fun while doing it. Hey, Alexandra. Hi, Roberta, welcome back. Hey, Uncle Bevels, good morning. Yeah, so I hope you guys all had a great morning. I gotta run, because I gotta go teach that class. Right, Pumpkin? Yeah, and also I've got to give her breakfast before I go. But I hope you all have a great day. From myself to yourself, thanks for joining me on this journey. And everything's going really well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye. Yes.